What up? So it's the end of day one at the Fittest Experience in Austin, and it wasn't as eventful of a day as I expected. Um, yeah, things went wrong, and I faced adversity, and that's pretty much it. I can sit here and make all these excuses and stuff, but at the end of the day, uh, I wasn't able to adapt on the fly, and oh well, that's the sport that I play. That's the game that I play. I could sit here and say, oh, the programming and this and that, but at the end of the day, it's my job to be prepared for the unknown and the unknowable. And there were people that were better prepared than I was. There was an overhead squat ladder from the floor. You had to build in weight by 15-pound jumps, starting at 165, ending at 275, and you went up every minute for 8 minutes. So warming up, everything felt good. I made the decision that I was going to snatch it because I just didn't feel comfortable power cleaning it and then putting the bar on my back. Especially once we got to like 275, it just seemed pretty precarious, and the way I train is pretty safe. Especially coming back from having neoplastic anemia, I try and minimize all risks of injury as far as, bruising and just having things crash on me for no reason. So I just didn't feel like that was going to be the wisest decision. And I've been putting in a lot of work on my snatch and overhead squat, so I decided snatch is the way to go. Again, warming up, everything felt good. I got on the floor, hit the first bar, fine. Second bar, fine. Third bar, fine. When I got to the third bar, I started noticing that there was like a divot in the floor because the bars were set on hard dirt. So the whole arena was like packed dirt, and then they had the horse stall mats on top, and that was like the matting that you were lifting off of, like your makeshift platform. But that's just a rubber mat on top of packed dirt, and people are dropping 240, 235 and more pounds overhead straight onto the floor, and there was a bunch of heats. So I was in heat 9. By the time I was there was like a very noticeable divot and like change in level in the floor. So I was like, okay, this is weird. The third bar went up kind of with no issues, but it did feel different. It was like pulling from a deficit. Like if you've ever stood on top of a lifting block or whatever, and then you're pulling from a 2-inch deficit. That's kind of what it felt like. So I got to the next bar and I hit it, and then the judge is like, oh, you're gonna make it through the whole thing, it looks easy for you. And I kind of just looked at her and I was like, well, I got to take it one bar at a time. And then I get to the next bar, and this divot is even crazier. It's like a 3-inch deficit, like the plates are sunk in and the bar's sitting like this, right? So it's not straight where I can like walk up and lift it. It's like crooked like that. So I push the bar to try and get it level the way I usually lift, and as soon as I let go, it goes back to the way it was. So I take a step forward, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to lift it crooked. And when I take a step forward to address the bar, my feet are on 2 different levels. So there was 2 mats that met together like this, okay? And when I stepped forward, the ground was uneven. So one foot was like up here and the other foot was like down here, right? It doesn't seem like a lot, but I'm used to lifting on a platform and in a gym and in these ideal conditions. So the fact that the bar was at a deficit and my feet were uneven and I could feel the ground was uneven under me, it just kind of threw me off. But I was like, whatever. I sent it, pulled it, and I caught it right in front of me. And as I tried to stand up, it was just a little bit too far in front. Bar came down. You only had 50 seconds to lift, so I was like, okay, well, the pull didn't feel super heavy off the floor, and it was 230. I've been snatching 225 more than twice a week for multiple reps in EMOMs and in fatigue settings. So I was like, this isn't a weight that I should be missing. I didn't expect to miss it. I expected to get to 260 and then start having some problems. But I was like, okay. So I looked at the clock. I had about 30 seconds. I was like, I'm going to try it again. Like, I shouldn't be missing this. Like, I just got to go for it, Pulled it again, missed it again. And that's when I kind of started to panic. I looked at the clock and there was like 22-ish seconds left. And the tiebreaker is power cleans. So if you can't overhead squat the bar, then you do as many power cleans as you can, and that's your tiebreak. This is where that learning experience comes in, because on the floor I panicked and I was just like, what do I do? I power cleaned it, and for a split second I thought about like trying to push it, put it behind my back, go to a wide grip, jerk it back up, and then squat it. But then again, like I was just in panic mode, so I let go of the bar, and that was basically the end of my workout. I power cleaned it 2 more times for a total of 3 reps as a tiebreaker, and that's how that ended. I got up to the 215-pound bar, and I bowed out at the 230 with 3 power cleans. And there was many other people that got to the 245 bar, which is the one after that. Some got to the 260, and some finished the ladder at 275. So that did not put me in a good position at all. So I was upset about that for about 3-4 hours. It still hurts, obviously, because it's not an accurate representation of my strength right now and my fitness. I feel like I've made huge improvements in my overhead squat and in my snatch and stuff, and I wasn't able to display those things. Again, was it the ideal circumstances to display them? Probably not. But I can't sit here and make excuses, because there's other people that figured it out, and there are other people that faced that same adversity and pushed through. So at the end of the day, like, it's a learning experience, and that's kind of what I came here for. I'm blessed that I walked away injury free, because there was some parts that were very sketchy, and watching other heats, like, it was very sketchy because of those divots. So hopefully the staff at the Fittest Experience takes note of that and doesn't put anybody in a position like that ever again. That could have been solved by putting like a piece of plywood under each platform so that the bars stay level and the ground stays level. But again, hindsight is always 2020, and it's my first time on the competition floor at a competition of this magnitude by myself in this division in a long time, and especially since I had aplastic anemia and I'm barely coming back and stuff. So even though my mind and my heart want other expectations, like, I gotta remember, like, I'm blessed just to be here. So right now I'm just back at the Airbnb, gonna watch some TV, get some more fuel back in my system. Got some ground beef and some sweet potatoes, and there's 300 points up for grabs tomorrow. So tomorrow's more of that nasty CrossFit, high skill, just grunt work type stuff. So in the morning I got bar muscle ups and hang squat cleans, and then right after that I have double unders and handstand walk, and then after that is like a sled push with a sandbag clean. So it's just who wants it, who wants to hurt. So just gonna regroup, refuel, and get ready to burn it all down tomorrow. I'm gonna come at these with a chip on my shoulder, and again, like, hopefully if I face adversity, I can overcome it better than I did today. But thank you everybody for the good luck messages and for checking in on me and stuff. Unfortunately, I don't have like super exciting news to say about today, but I'm gonna come back tomorrow and then we'll see. Thank you once again.